Sometimes, when you dream of something really big, it can feel impossible, like standing in front of a huge mountain. You look ahead and all you see is fog. That fog is made of doubts, fears, and all the unknown steps you'll need to take. This feeling is what we call the fog of greatness. Most people stand at this threshold for their entire lives. They wait for a clear day. They tell themselves they'll start when the economy is better, when the kids are older, when they have more experience, or when they finally feel ready. But here is the cold, hard truth. The fog doesn't lift for those who wait. It only thins for those who walk. The human brain is wired for survival, and survival hates uncertainty. To your subconscious, that fog isn't just mist, it's a predator. It's the possibility of failure, embarrassment, and wasted effort. So, your mind demands a map. It wants to see step 10, step 50, and step 100 before it gives you permission to take step 1. But greatness is a scavenger hunt, not a guided tour. You are never given the whole map at once. You are only ever given a flashlight that reaches exactly 3 feet in front of you. Perfectionism is just procrastination in a fancy suit. It's the voice that says, if I can't do it perfectly, I shouldn't do it at all. That voice is the fog talking. If you look at the first sketches of the world's greatest inventions, they look like a child's drawings. If you read the first drafts of the world's greatest novels, they are full of typos and bad metaphors. The greats didn't start great. They started messy. They started confused. But most importantly, they started. Welcome to True Grit Stories. Let me tell you a story about a young man named Elias. Elias lived in a village where everyone followed the family trade. His father was a carpenter, and his grandfather before him. Elias was good with wood, but his heart belonged to the sea. He wanted to build a ship, unlike any the village had ever seen, a ship that could cross the great fog and find the lands beyond. Every day, Elias sat by the shore and looked at the mist. He spent years drawing plans. He studied the stars. He waited for a day when the wind would blow the fog away so he could see the route. 10 years passed. His plans were beautiful, but he was still sitting on the shore. One day, an old sailor walked up to him. Elias showed him the plans. I'm waiting for the fog to clear, Elias said. I need to know where the rocks are before I launch, the sailor laughed. The fog never clears, boy. It's the sea. But look down. Elias looked at his feet. He was standing on a single, sturdy plank of oak. You don't need to see the rocks a mile out, the sailor said. You just need to nail this plank to that one. Then you'll have a raft. Once you're on the raft, you'll see enough to build a hull. By the time you're in the deep water, you'll have your ship. You're trying to build a ship on land. Ships are built through the journey. Elias picked up his hammer. He stopped looking at the horizon and started looking at the wood in his hands. That was the day his journey actually began. Why is the first step the only one that matters? Because the first step changes who you are. When you are standing still, you are a dreamer. The moment you take that first step, no matter how small, you become a doer. If you had stayed still, you would have planned for a step 2 that no longer exists. Movement creates clarity. You cannot steer a parked car. You can only adjust your direction once you are in motion. Success is a series of small wins disguised as a big result. When you take the first step, you prove to your brain that you aren't in danger. You lower the activation energy for the second step. You build a success identity. As we close this chapter, I want you to look at your own fog. What is the one thing you've ever been putting off because you can't see the end? Is it a business? Don't worry about the logo or the taxes yet. The first step is buying the domain. Is it a book? Don't worry about the ending. The first step is writing 100 words today. Is it a healthier life? Don't worry about the marathon. The first step is putting on your shoes. If the first step feels too big, shrink it. If you can't commit to an hour, commit to 5 minutes. The goal isn't to finish. The goal is to initiate. The fog will still be there tomorrow. It might be there for the next year. But every step you take makes you a better navigator. Eventually, you will look back and realize the fog didn't go away, you just became someone who isn't afraid of the mist. The summit is waiting. The path is hidden. The hammer is in your hand. Take the step. This is Trust Grit Story. Subscribe if you're ready to protect your dream. We'll see you in the next one.